Hello Stampers, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to show you this really cute stamp set, a bundle actually called Sweet Bugs, that I thought would make really cute Valentine's cards or any kind of card really. And it's available now in the new mini catalog that went live on January 6th. Some really cute stuff in there. You want to check it out. So the stamp set has a lot of cute images that you can use for your cards, and then it has a coordinating die set. So this is what the dies look like. There's a bunch of them. In fact, there's 22 of them, and I cut them out on this little sample card so you could see like which ones actually have stamps that go with it, and then dies that are just dies that don't have stamps. You can make some really cute shapes, and I'm going to be showing you some great ideas to use with this stamp set on my channel here, so you want to check back. Now this is the new packaging for the stamp set. This one, sorry, they look the same. Actually, they're the same size, so that's nice. They all Stampin' Up's only now selling photopolymer, no more red dyes. Red rubber. It's going to be all photopolymer, which is clear. I just took this sheet and there was like a clear overlay on top of it, and I took it to my copy machine. I copied it straight up, and so then I had these little images that I can use to put my stamp sets back on, because I like to organize my stamps that way. And now I can just put it in my folder, and then I'm nicely organized. And this is a really low profile packaging system, so it takes up a lot less space, and heaven knows we can always use more space. Now, another thing that I used with this bundle was the designer series paper. I wanted to take this little trunk, gosh, I can't think what it's called, and put it on my card. So I cut a 3-inch wide strip of around the trunk here, and then I had these little pieces that looked like this, and in between these pieces there were these little pieces. And so I got to thinking, well, I wonder if I could somehow combine them on a card. And so I realized that you can kind of line this up like that, and that's what I did on this card. Now you see it doesn't perfectly line up, and also you've got this yellow mushroom or whatever that is over there. I guess it's a mushroom. But I just sort of covered it up with my image, and so you really just can't even tell that it's not perfect. But I thought it was a fun way to use all that paper, and I just thought it was a really unique layout, and so I want to share it with you. So first of all, we want to get to stamping and embossing. Since I was thinking Valentine's card, I used the new embossing folder, which I had the sheet here for it. It's in the new mini catalog, and I can't think what it's called, but, oh, here we go. Hearts of Love 3D embossing folder, really cute. And so I want to emboss something with that, and I also want to I want to stamp this little bug and cut him out. So let me grab a scrap of white paper. And a stamp pad. Geez, I guess I'm just not quite really ready. Let me grab a stamp pad. There we go. Stamp pad. So I'm going to use my Memento ink, and I'm going to do this cute little bug that's reading a book. My granddaughters are 3 and 5. They absolutely loved this stamp set, and we made so many fun little projects for them. Oops, try that again. With this stamp set, they really thought it was fun. And I guess while I'm at it, I will stamp the love you. Oops. Well, shoot. If I put it away. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do the Love You Lots on the pecan pie stamp paper. And I just did Love You instead of Love You Lots on my card, but you could do Love You Lots. Or if you could do anything. You could do Happy Birthday. I mean, you don't have to do Valentine's. I just thought this made a cute Valentine card, and so that's what I was thinking when I did this. All right, so now I'm ready to, I'm gonna cut this out, but I'm gonna emboss this and cut this out. So let me do that. I'm gonna bring in my cutting and embossing machine here. And I'll go ahead and emboss the hearts first. So you wanna use the 1 plate and the 4 plate, which is a specialty plate. And in between there, you're gonna put your paper, and you always want to put the fold towards the roller. You don't want to do it the other way. You can break your embossing folder or crack it, and I've done that before. It's kind of sad. So don't do that. So here we go. Open this up and pull this out, and it's just lovely how this embosses. So pretty. And now I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to get my number 2 plate, which is this thin one, and number 3 plate, which actually I'm using a magic mat instead of the 3 plate. And now, oh, there's a little bug, and now I have to find the die. Of course, I set aside like a Dumbo. Where did I put it? There it is. Okay. So I'm just going to run that through. And we will be ready to go. Let me get this out of the way. Now the card really makes up quite quickly. I'm going to use my stamping blends. This one is the Light Cajun Craze, which kind of fun. It kind of goes with the paper, which is why I used it instead of red on the ladybug. But it actually looks, it looks like a ladybug. I mean, I think it turned out fine, even though it was Cajun Craze. And then I did the body in Light Crumb Cake. And I'm just trying to coordinate with the cardstock. That's why I use these colors. And then for the book, I used the Dark Lemon Lolly. Kind of a tongue twister. All right, so I'm going to take my 8.5 by 5.5 piece of pecan pie cardstock. It was scored at 4 1/4. And give it a nice crisp edge. I'm going to put this embossed paper on top using my multi-purpose glue, which I really like to use because you can kind of move stuff around. You get kind of, you know, a few minutes to, not a few minutes, a few seconds really to get it where you want it. All right, there we go. And if you notice, I kind of put the glue a little bit further in than right on the edge. I have to find a place to wipe off this glue from my hand. And then I put this little these little guys on here, and I don't remember if I told you, but they're 3 inches wide, and this one is 2 7/8. Sorry, this one's 2 7/8, and this is 2 3/8. But mostly I just eyeballed it when I cut them. So I'm just kind of figuring where I want them, and then that'll tell me like exactly where I can place it on here before I put it down. So that looks pretty good. So I'll put this one on first. And once again, I'm not getting too close to the edge so the glue doesn't ooze out and get on my card. I already got it on my fingers. And I think right about there. Get this one out of there. Hopefully, is that going to be good? Yes. Let's see if I can pull it down at all. Nope, it's on there. All right. Well, that's all right. So you kind of want to get a good idea of where you're going to stick it before you stick it down. Because once it's on there, it's on there. All right, and like I said, this isn't exactly the same mushroom, so it doesn't perfectly line up, but it's not too bad. And really, I'm going to cover it up with this little bug, so it'll be fine. So I'm going to put him here, and it's going to cover up that area. Oh, yeah, and I'm going to put a butterfly. Oh, I forgot to cut him out. All right, I'll have to bring it back and do that. Well, let me glue the little ladybug down while I'm here. So I apologize, I should have been a little more organized for this, but I wasn't. And I'm sitting this little bum down on that log and just trying to cover up this top part as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and get this little die cut, which is this one, and I'm gonna cut this out. Bring this back in, same setup as before. And if I would have been thinking about it, I could have just ran them through at the same time, but obviously I wasn't, so whatever. Sometimes hard to think of every little element that you need to do while making a video and have everything just perfectly ready. Doesn't always work out that way, at least not for me. And I haven't been making many videos because I had foot surgery. So I haven't been able to hobble down to my basement until recently again. So I kind of got behind on that. And these kind of stick in there pretty good, so you got to peel them off. But there we go. So I'm excited that I am able to walk again. And my foot's still healing. Okay, here's a little butterfly. Basically, the surgeon broke 2 of my toes, a controlled fracture, to try to get my bunion and other affiliated problems fixed. So sadly, I have another surgery in my future, but this time I'm going to try to do a recording station upstairs. I already bought stuff to do it. And maybe I'll be able to do that, but I don't promise it's actually going to be a worse surgery, so it's hard to say if I'll actually be able to do it. All right, this is a little dragonfly. I'm going to put him right there. And then a little snail. So yeah, I'm ready for spring. How about you? I mean, actually in Illinois here, the weather has been kind of crazy. We had all kinds of snow at Thanksgiving time, which is really unusual. And it hung on for a couple weeks, and then it went away, and then it was like super nice around Christmas time. I mean, nice as far as weather goes in Illinois. And now it's snowing outside again, but it's not gonna stick much, if at all. So, all right, thought the snail would be cute just crawling over here. So yeah, that's life in Illinois. The weather's just crazy here. All right, and last I did stamp the Love You. I just have to find my scrap. I have no idea what I did with it. Ah, there it is. And just gonna take some scissors and cut this out. My fingers are super gluey now. So, like I said, I was thinking Valentine's card for this, but you could do really anything. The paper is just, whoopsie, so cute. And with the bundle, or actually I think part of the suite, is this really cute little epoxy shapes. This one's called Ladybug Garden Epoxy Shapes. And so I used a ladybug on there. I thought that was super cute. Now you could stop here if you wanted to, or you could keep on going to the inside, which is what I chose to do. I'm taking another piece of white cardstock, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. It's 4 by 5 1/4, sorry. And I thought these little ants were so cute, so that's what I put on the inside. And there's even some little tracks that you can stamp. I think I put them down too far. Let me do this, because I'm going to be stamping right off of that card. And because it's acrylic, you can line it up. That's really hard for me to do while I'm standing up. I'm probably going to give this up. Let me pull it closer. Sorry. All right, it was easier to do not standing up, but when I do my videos, I have to stand up, so that's what it looks like if I would have done it up further. And I would honestly flip this over and start again, but there's goobies on the back of that. So I don't think I'm going to do that. Well, I'm just not really happy with that. Let's see if I can find another piece and try it again. Oh, there they are. Let's try this again. You know what? I'm going to do the trail first this time. That way I'll know where I'm going. There we go. I'll have to clean that up later. Now I'll put the ants on top of that. That's what I should have done to start with, huh? I think I'll put his little foot right there since I messed it up, and maybe that'll look like I fixed it, sort of. All right, so then for these guys, in my original card, I used, I just colored the ants all the same color. And then I had my card class, and one of the ladies put a little shirts on them. So I thought that was super cute. So I'm going to do that instead. So I'm going to use the dark pecan pie first and just do an outline. And so basically I want to just give it some shading. And that top one we're going to make into a shirt. And so I like to put the dark color on first, and then I think he's going to have a short sleeve shirt. So there. And then I come back in with the lighter color and color on top of the darker color, and what that does is it blends out the harsh lines. And it does take a minute or so for these to dry till they get to the color they're going to be. They seem darker and then they lighten up. So there. And I did the trumpet in dark peach pie because I don't have a metallic stamping blend. You know, it's too bad they don't have any metallic stamping blends. That would be nice, wouldn't it? And I did the flag in light Lost Lagoon. And then I have a dark Lost Lagoon. I have Lemon Lolly left and Cajun Craze. So I think I will give this one, whoopsie. Sometimes these do that. Use the other side. All right. I think I would have liked it if I'd have put that one on a different one. This is the dark Lost Lagoon, which I'm going to put over here. Then the Lemon Lolly I'll stick in the middle. So I thought that was kind of fun. I just gave him like a little shirt. Certainly didn't think of it myself, but it's kind of fun, you know, when you see somebody else's cards, you can always think of ways to improve them. So that's always kind of fun to see what people come up with, some different ideas on designs that you make. And I liked this one, so that I stole her idea. And now we are done. Such a cute little card. Great for Valentine's Day or grandkids, or, you know, you could even use this, well, for just about anything. Anyway, have a great day and look for my other videos on this really cute suite. Talk to you later.